Good afternoon, everyone. So lovely to see you all, the beautiful crowd here. Thank you for being here today. As we move into this immersive afternoon, a gentle note on phone and some etiquettes, please. We request everyone to kindly keep your phones on silent and minimize the usage. I would like to invite the team lead, Sariu Hegde and Pragya Jain, to take over this afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a wonderful moment this is, welcoming you all to our debut event. Can we have a round of applause for that? Today, Team Showcase that encapsulates art, fashion, and performance for FICCI FLO Bangalore under the leadership of our chairperson, Deepa Boopesh Reddy.
A very warm welcome to everyone here, and thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsor, Amrapali Jewels and Tribe by Amrapali, for their generous support and for believing in the vision behind this event. Your support truly helps bring experiences like these to life. Both Amrapali Jewels and Vaishali S are a true celebration of heritage, craftsmanship, and culture, making this partnership specially meaningful and beautifully aligned.
We're going to talk about the Amrapali script. Where is it? Who doesn't own? We can go back. After Amrapali, go back to Lamplight. I don't think they should come.
Who doesn't own or dream of owning a beautiful piece from Amrapali? For decades, Amrapali Jewels has been synonymous with timeless Indian craftsmanship, heritage, and regal elegance. Renowned for their reviving ancient jewelry making techniques, and brand beautifully blends royal, tribal, and ethnic influences through exquisite kundan, meena, polki, and intricate filigree work.
Their exceptional rubies, emeralds, and uncut diamonds have adorned some of the world's most celebrated women. To name a few, Deepika Padukone, Sonam Kapoor, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, to international personalities such as Madonna and Meryl Streep. Amrapali's iconic creations have also graced legendary cinematic productions including Bahubali, Ram Leela, Manikarnika, and even Troy, a testament of the brand's enduring association with grandeur, heritage, and timeless beauty.
Moving on to now starting our special evening, we would also like to sincerely thank our past chairperson council for their constant guidance, encouragement, and support. Your legacy continues to inspire us and add immense strength to everything we do. A big thank you to our executive committee members, secretariat, treasury, events team, and the social media team. And of course, our very own showcase team that has worked tirelessly to bring this event for you. Presenting showcase team.
We would love to see our showcase team up on stage. Brahmini Reddy. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you. Chitrapati, Juhi Mittal, Nitya Reddy, Priyanka N, Shilpa Vinay, Simran Godwani, Veena Shankar. We want to flaunt the beautiful outfits Vaishali has generously let us wear and feel amazing in.
Paired with stunning jewelry from Amrapali.
We would like this opportunity to call upon our past chair council to please come forward to light the lamp and inaugurate the event. Lakshmi Ishwar, Yashodhara Shroff, Deepa, can we please have you? Vaishali, we would love for you to please come light the lamp with us, and Chaiti. Thank you so much. Vakratund Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighnam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. O Lord Ganesha, with the curved trunk and mighty form, whose radiance is equal to millions of suns, please remove all obstacles from my endeavors always. Thank you so much, past chairs, Deepa and Vaishali and Chaiti. We would like to call upon stage Manjari, head of Flo Sante, to address the room.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can we have the video, please? May I please hear a round of applause for this? Okay, so let me ask you something. How many of you have a business, a skill, a passion that the world hasn't fully seen yet? That's exactly why we are here. Flo Sante is back. 3rd July, Palace Grounds, Bangalore. And this year, we are not just bigger, we are bolder. Last year, 150 brands, 5,500 visitors, 50 lakh people reached on social media. Women who came with hope and left with sold out stalls. That wasn't luck. That was women backing women. And here's what makes Flo Sante truly special. This is an event conceived, organized, and run entirely by Flo members, exclusively for participation by Flo members. Just women building a platform for women. That's not just rare, that's powerful. This year, our theme under the vision of our chairperson, Deepa, is celebrating the heritage and soul of Karnataka, the colors, the culture, the timeless beauty of our state. We are giving it the stage it deserves. So whether you're in fashion, jewelry, food, wellness, decor, or professional services, Flo Sante is your stage. And new this year, a career fair for headhunters, HR leaders, career coaches, college placement cells. If you connect talent to opportunity, we want you in the room. Because here's the thing about women. When one of us rises, we don't rise alone. We pull up the whole room with us. So, are you in? Join Flo Sante 2026, celebrate Karnataka, celebrate and grow your brand, build careers, and be part of something that matters. One destination, endless possibilities. Sign up if you haven't already. My name is Manjari, and I am privileged to head the unstoppable team Sante. I would like to now sign off just by saying the only thing worse than missing an opportunity, watching someone else grab that's yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Manjari. Some stories entertain you, some stay with you long after the screen fades to black. This May 30th, Flo Bengaluru brings to you an evening with Vikrant Masi, Beyond the Screen. So mark your calendars. An honest, engaging conversation between the characters, the fame, the spotlight, into the person, the journey, the struggles, the choice, and everything in between. Get ready for an evening filled with real conversations, inspiring moments, and a side of Vikrant we rarely get to see.
आगे मुश्किल है सफर पर सुबह मुसाफिर हो कहीं अगर तू रुका तो मंजिल आएगी ना कदम कदम मिलाए जा गगन गगन झुकाए जा रख हौसला कर फैसला तुझे वक्त बदलना है
Moving on to our first segment of the event.
Like the ocean itself, we move together fluidly, powerful and deeply connected, while still remaining true to who we are. Bharat, along with Angelina, Catherine, Gopika from the Nidhivan Education Foundation, come together in a mesmerizing contemporary dance presentation that marks the beginning of the evening with grace, vitality, and evocative artistic expression.
Also, everyone, as you watch the performance unfold, do take a moment to notice the video that's playing in the background, for within it lies a fascinating story that we are very excited to share with you. Our beautiful dancers are adorned with Amrapali jewels and dressed in creations by Vaishali S.
Rooted in Indian aesthetics, that was the whole idea about this dance. This performance celebrated movement, I think you all agree, texture and heritage, and graceful storytelling. I would like to now introduce Chaiti Narula. We're pleased to have Chaiti as a moderator today. Chaiti is the editorial director of French Press Global, a digital publication covering culture, fashion, and power structures that shape both. She's also the founder and CEO of Maison French Press, a luxury brand architecture and strategic advisory house that operates at an institutional level, offering end to end strategic consulting, positioning, market expansion, and ecosystem integration for luxury and corporate brands. Maison French Press works closely with some of India's most significant names in fashion, couture, and design, and is widely regarded as one of the most discerning voices in the Indian luxury space. Please welcome Chaiti Narula.
Thank you, Pragya, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you, FICCI FLO, for having us here. You know, before I begin, I notice all of you were watching this video, but we were in the first row whispering to each other what this video really meant. So can I just request the organizers to play that video once more? I want to actually tell you what you actually saw before we begin, because what you saw was a proof of concept proving how powerful handloom can be, how powerful Vaishali S is a designer, and as opposed to lip service saying that she's been inspired from corals, she actually made that happen. Now look at this. What you see here is coral, reef, and her fabric. The shrimp over there thinks that it's actually food. If you see, all of these, her outfits were taken 30 meters deep underwater. And this is the coral collection we're talking about. It was shot over a period of more than 10 days, where you see you can not tell the difference between coral, her fabric, and the fish is getting mistaken too. And the outfits were taken at the bed of the ocean. Can you notice this? This is the outfit and that's the coral. For many, which is the underwater creatures, they could not even tell the difference. And that is true inspiration from deep sea diving. Vaishali, of course, is a diver, certified diver. And the fish actually thought that's their food. So they're coming towards the outfit without realizing that that's couture, not the coral reef that you find at the bed of the ocean. When these outfits were brought back after their diving got over, what's most interesting to note is they did not lose their integrity. Their structure was intact, their integrity was intact, the manner in which they sat on you was intact. The proof of concept is right here. These were the outfits. These are just a few of the many outfits. But can you imagine all these outfits have gone to the bed of the sea, come out just as they are? Tell me which fabric in the world can do that. Only handloom. Indian handloom can do that. And the only Indian handloom couturier in the world today, and it's a fact, is Vaishali Shadangule. So can we have a round of applause for Vaishali? You know, I can go on and on about how well she makes her outfits. I can go on and on about how handloom couture is being taken to the world by Vaishali S. I can go on and on about her very, very interesting cording techniques that you see on most of the women over here. But I'd rather have Vaishali tell you all about it, and you see the proof of concept right here in front of you that tells you everything that you really need to know. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chaiti Narula. I'm the founder and CEO of Maison French Press, one of our clients, and we represent Vaishali S as a strategic advisory house. It's my pleasure at this point of time to call Deepa Boopesh Reddy, the chairperson of FICCI FLO Bangalore, right here on stage to start this conversation. Thank you so much, Ms. Reddy, for having us here as well. And may I now request Vaishali S to join us on stage. The woman who's walking towards you is the only handloom couturier in the world. The singular designer globally who works exclusively in handloom and carries it to the most prestigious couture. Okay.
A silence spun, a story not stitched, but breathed into being. What you see is not just fashion, it is the shared breath of 400 women and many families from several different states of India creating legacy.
So that was her showcase at the Barcelona Bridal Week. For decades, Indians have tried to get selected for Barcelona Bridal Week. But Vaishali is the first woman or the first human being from India having been selected at Barcelona Bridal Week, which is why you see all the whites over there, because that's international bridal for the rest of the world in Indian handloom, which she's most famous for. She's also the first couturier of Indian origin to have been selected at the Paris Haute Week, which is supposed to be the Mecca Medina of couture. Top 30 designers in the world get selected for it. And woman sitting right here is the first woman from India to have been selected, opening right next to Chanel and Schiaparelli and Dior and Iris Van Herpen. And then there is Vaishali making Indian proud and handloom proud as well. So Vaishali, welcome. Deepa, thank you so much for having us over here. And what a fantastic welcome we've had. And it's also very special because we were talking about Kun and Karnataka.
Yes. Welcome, Vaishali. And I must really thank you for identifying such an amazing weave called Khan from Karnataka, which not many of us living, born, brought up in a state like this has not understood. And thank you very much. You came all the way, though it was not on the map, and have revived it. And today it has taken stage at the Paris Fashion Week. Guys, really, a big round of applause for this. Thank you very much. And welcome to FICCI FLO Bengaluru. And welcome, Chaiti.
So let's first understand, because we are in Karnataka and Khan is so integral to Karnataka's DNA. It's a GI tag weave. Vaishali has gone to villages across India, which are not even on the map, and have found weaves and revived them. There's a longer story. I'm going to come to that later. But first, your love for Khan, because you told me the other day as well when I was wearing one of your outfits that that's your favorite fabric.
So I will start with what first drew you to Khan textile from Karnataka, especially at a time when it was considered a fading weave?
Khan is, I think it's very beautiful weave for sure. But I grew up as in Maharashtrian family, and I used to see my grandmother, you know, she used to wear blouse. And of course, many times, even the vegetable vendors or different places I've seen Khan, or we used to offer Khan to goddess temple. So somehow that, you know, that thing was there. But when I've started working and I've started my label, and again I've seen that Khan wearing that vegetable vendor, I said, this is not just for a blouse or just for a top. And I started searching for it, you know, where is it? So you will not believe, nobody was aware, you know, from where the Khan is coming. Somebody told me, go to Pune. I went to Pune, and then from Pune to, somebody said, go to Bagalkot, and like one after other. And it took me 3 days to reach to village called Goyed Gudda, which was not on the map. And literally, I had to cross farms and fields and walking, and somehow I've arrived. This was still fine. But when I've arrived, no one wanted to talk about Khan. Because, so I have arrived like 10 a.m. in the morning, and literally until 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, nobody was telling me. Everybody was showing me power loom Khan, and I was so sad. I said, 3 days I have spent for this weave, and I'm not getting the handloom. Finally, one old lady was lying down, and she shouted on her son, you know, saying, why you are not showing her the handloom? And then he took me to one family, which was, I think they were the only family in Goyed Gudda, they were weaving Khan on handloom. And they said, no, please go, we are not interested. And another 3 hours, just this discussion, I was trying to convince them, and they were saying no, because if we will say we are weavers, because people consider them as a poor people. And if they will say like, okay, we work on handloom, he literally said, कोई लड़की नहीं देगा हमारे घर में, कोई शादी नहीं करेगा. So it was that story. And again, of course, we spoke and I tried and everything. Finally, they said, okay, let's do it. And that's how I started with one family in Goret Gudda. And after that, I think I've managed some 50, 55 looms. I've converted from power loom to handloom. I think that was the real happiness for me in that village. And now I'm happy so many designers are going and working with Khand. And so this is my...
We need more of you. Trust me, because I'm so against power looms as much as now, even with the government giving so many subsidiaries for people to open one and to convince a family and to agree to go back to weaving. Thank you very much. I think we really all need to know how to do this and make sure that each one of us can try and do so that we have more of our handloom, because the richness of India is our handlooms.
Amazing, like how much we have, we can't even imagine. Still we have 40 weaves. We used to have 400 weaves. Still we have 140. I think we need more people to save them. And I'm sure it's happening, it's changing, because I'm very happy now. Government is also very active on textiles, so I'm really hopeful and positive.
So she's spoken about that one family whose life she changed. Today, as of today, this is 25 years of Vaishali S just wound up, and 4,500 families of weavers have a livelihood today because of Vaishali S. It's been a journey and not an easy one at all. At 17, she left her home. She comes from Vidisha, didn't have a formal education, never studied fashion designing formally, but took a leap of faith, came to Bombay, and tried to make ends meet. And I'm going to let her finish that journey for you.
That's really long.
It is very long. Maybe the shortened, abridged version.
Yeah, so
from there to now having a store at Boulevard Saint-Germain in Paris and being one of the top 30 designers in the world. I mean, in 25 years, this woman has achieved all of that. Start.
Yeah, so I was really, really shy girl. You know, I never imagined I will do this, where I was not allowed to leave, you know, after 6:30, you can't step out from your house. And I was not allowed to speak louder, and never thought, you know, in 17 years, I will just ran away and, you know, I will take train like 3:30 a.m. in the morning and without ticket, going to other city, bigger city, without money, just wearing that one salwar kurta with like how small town or village girl lives. So I'm thinking like how my daughter is 18 years old and I can't think about this, you know, doing something like that. But yes, I don't know what was that, but
it was conviction.
I think the call was so strong that day. And I just felt like, you know, I want to live a different life, more meaningful, more purposeful. And that day I've left, but I've decided I'll finish my studies somehow. And I finished my engineering, computer engineering. And then, because it was not something like I want to make it like something big, or I was not at all ambitious, just wanted to live independent life and do something meaningful. And that's how my journey started. After doing engineering, when I was studying, I have done many random jobs, like first salary was some 500 rupees, and how to survive with women's hostel, and just the survival. Initially, it was just the survival. But then soon I have realized the engineering is not for me at all. You know, I'm not enjoying. So while I was doing these, you know, random jobs, many different, I don't know how many I have done. So I used to style people. where I was not even aware about like what is fashion, what is styling, what is this subject. Somebody suggested you should do fashion designing. I said, what is it? So so she explained me. I said, okay, let's go, but I don't have money to pay any fee or anything, because literally I am struggling for my 700 rupees my hostel right now. She said, okay, let's try. This is my friend's institute, and that's how I've just got that small introduction. I could go only for 3 days because finally the person said without money is not possible. So of course, I had to leave from there. And but that was the turning point, and I started enjoying, because my drawing was luckily good, because my father was very good artist. So I was very good in sketching, and 3 days I've just picked up that fashion figure croquis and started enjoying in my office, drawing and showing people that's how you should style. So that's the introduction of fashion. And that's it. And then in 96, 97, I was in Bhopal, and fashion was not the subject for anyone. But I was trying to earn money, and I was trying to survive on that subject. So I took out syllabus from one of the college in Bhopal, SNDT, and I did my studies at home. And literally, very professionally, I made my portfolios and everything. And I started searching for the job. Eventually, I landed up in Baroda, from Baroda to Bombay, and another journey started with Bombay. And in 2001, I have opened. I'm really cutting it short because it's too long. So in 2001, I've started Vaishali S with 100 square feet shop. One side, I remember, Chinese restaurant, other side was grocery store. I was sitting in Malad suburb and selling chanderi corsets and dresses, because I was not trained designer, so what to do, how to start. So my mother used to wear chanderi sari, and from there I took that chanderi inspiration. I started making corsets and dresses and different things. Nothing was conventional that time, but I've survived. And that's how I got introduced with handloom and handmade fabric, because when I've realized chanderi is handmade, I was not able to believe, someone can make fabric by hand. So for that, I went to Chanderi and I saw them making fabric. That was like really emotional moment for me, because I can't believe someone can tie 10,000 threads by hand. So that was the point. I felt like this is it, This is what I want to do. If one village has one fabric or one weave, how many villages we have and how many weaves we have in India. And that's how that journey started, from no research, nothing, because coming from small town, not having television at home, never learned like, okay, you have to do research before going somewhere. So I used to just go randomly to one village, to other village, staying with them, learning from them. And I've explored some 7, 8 villages from Madhya Pradesh to Karnataka to Maharashtra, West Bengal, Northeast, South.
And they're not even on the map.
So these villages, sometimes I had to walk for hours to reach to that village to see those unknown weaves. So I started enjoying this and felt like world should see what we have, and that became my mission, to put these beautiful weaves on the world map. And in 2021, when Paris Haute Couture Week Federation invited me, that was the biggest, I think, turning point for the brand, for me, because that was the dream. Whenever you go to abroad, you see Made in India tag. And I always felt we have the skill, we have the craft, we have heritage, we have design. We are the most fashionable country. Then why Made in India? Why can't we go and present ourselves with our skills, our craft, our design? We are rich in everything. So I think when I've showcased my collection in Paris in 2021, that was the really big moment for me, because
thousands and thousands of designers from around the world would want to be at the Paris Haute Couture Week, but the only person who got selected from India, of course, as a woman, was Vaishali S in 2021. And I think even I was in disbelief, because to be selected over there at that stage, with Chanel and Dior and Iris Van Herpen and Schiaparelli, and then you have Vaishali S doing handloom over there. I think India did not see a bigger moment than that. And I remember I woke up one morning and there was a tweet from Piyush Goyal, who was the Textile Minister of India at that point of time. And he was the one who spoke about the pride of India, Vaishali S. Immediately I called her up and I had goosebumps, honestly. It was one of the most powerful moments we've witnessed in Indian fashion. And I think what Vaishali has also done without even realizing is she's tackled something called as the $10 conundrum, where you have these back of the beyond villages in India and these artisans and the weavers who are working there, who are leaving their traditional craft of what they know to do for generations together to earn $10 extra a month and abandon their year-long practice to either go join BPO or to come to a Bombay, Delhi, drive a taxi. And what she has done is promoted reverse migration without knowing she has done that. Because today when she employs 4,500 of those clusters of weavers and their families, she's given them a livelihood, she's given them money, she has given them hope, she has given them purpose. And I think that is the most powerful story of reverse migration we've seen in India, which you have enabled.
I think, I feel, of course, the mission was that putting Indian craft, but I feel what they have given me, that's huge. They have literally changed my life. Coming from Vidisha, and what I'm doing now, it's completely different. What they have given, it's really, really special, because what they have, they don't even know what they are doing. It's such a beautiful art they have, and they don't even know. So I think we need them more than, they need us.
But it took it took one person to recognize that. And that recognition is something which was amiss in India. Today, you've got many designers importing Dupion silk from Thailand and from China and from this place and that place and creating a lot of couture and telling you, okay, this is the price for it. But what you see with Vaishali is originality and the pride of India, which she's restoring, taking craft to the rest of the world, isn't it?
Also assuring the weavers that, I'm here for you and I will pay you what you deserve is very important.
I was coming to that point only because when I've started in 2001, no one was appreciating, because we have so much in India and we take it so easy. In 2001, I think fashion was really new for India. And I'm sure we were like really, now it's changing for sure. We were really influenced by Western world. And when I've started doing weaves, and of course it was not conventional, it was not like I was making something because whole idea was creating something, one language for everybody, for global market. Like if Vaishali S is making this cape, anybody can wear it in the world. So it took a lot of time because it was not easy for me without money doing, surviving. And once you go to these villages and you give them hope, you have to keep them, you have to keep giving them work. It's not like I'm going to Chanderi and then I'm going to Gudda, then I have to really take care of that Chanderi, then Karnataka, and if I'm exploring another village, another village, another village, so I have to give them work. So that was quite challenging from 2001 to 2016. But because I'm so passionate, I've survived. Finally, in 2016, I've packed my bags and I went to New York without thinking anything. And I was not even aware like how to travel, how to go abroad. I just packed my bags and I just went. I was not aware how to cross the custom and many things, I just went, and here I was showcasing in fashion weeks like Lakme, FDCI, but there I went and I was just doing random things, like even people were laughing in India saying, oh, she's showcasing in kitty parties. So I said, I don't care. I just want to find my,
But
you know,
the
way.
last laugh is always on them because each time anybody, even if it was a kid for that matter, bought a piece of Vaishali S, indirectly they were elevating the livelihood of the least common denominator, that artisan in a village in India. And that, I think, is the power of consumerism when it comes to Vaishali, which not many brands can boast about. And sustainability has become a bit of a buzzword. Everyone says, oh, we are sustainable, but no brand can really be 100% sustainable. Let's face it. It is the supply chain transparency that can differentiate a good brand from the other. Today, most of the big couture houses around the world are unable to show that transparency in supply chain. And I'm very proud to say that Vaishali, at her store, Boulevard Saint-Germain in Paris, has introduced barcode technology where you scan the barcode and you can trace the entire making of the fabric, how many ever thousand hours, man hours it has taken to make, from which village it's come from which artisan has worked on it, just by scanning that barcode. No children have been employed, no trafficked individuals have been employed. The working conditions of her artisans today are for the world to see when you scan that just one barcode, enabled by blockchain technology. And I don't think the biggest couture houses in the world can boast of this fact, though. That I can tell you.
I think that was really important because I want to just again, it's a small story how this sustainability word, now it's everywhere.
Being used and abused.
Yeah, because when you come from small town, you learn so easily. You don't even realize this is so important. Mother will shout on you in the kitchen saying, don't throw this, She will teach you how to reuse even the vegetable waste, And we have never seen big garbage being in our houses. So from where, she will say, okay, you have to respect nature because that's your extended body. And literally after 6:30, we were not touching plants because she used to say like, they are sleeping. So literally we treated nature as your body. So these are very, very, very small things. That's how we learn sustainability. And I've never thought it will become like a so fashionable word. And
so even in your household, if there were clothes that were supposed to be worn out, they were being used as pochas. Right, so that's where the first learning of sustainability came from Vaishali. And today, not even a shred of thread gets wasted from Vaishali's factory because everything gets converted into accessories, to headbands, to bags, to furnishing. I mean, in her own home, she has taken random furniture lying all over, refurbished it, and created a beautiful, that all would have been in landfill, by the way. But what she has done is turned it all around into a design language and made it so beautiful.
This is just, I wanted to say, like, even mother's sari, she will wear, if it's new, she will wear it outside. If it's little tone, she will wear it home, or you will see frock, or you will see curtain, or something, out of that. So nothing goes waste. And that's what I followed with Vaishali S. And suddenly I've realized, oh my God, this is so special what I'm doing. And then just saying you are sustainable doesn't work, This is the time you have to show what exactly you are doing. That's how that barcodes, technology I found. But recently, I found one more very important blockchain, which is sustainable. Before, blockchain was not sustainable. So I found blockchain, which is on another level. Like, you can really track where the spinning is happening, even cotton, if I'm using the sustainable cotton or no, because it's a very difficult to work with sustainable cotton. So you can track even from where the cotton is coming, where spinning is happening, where weaving is happening, where even in my workshop.
And you put cameras in the clusters.
Yeah,
that's.
And you can see the whole studio, how people are working in the studio. So I think this is the time you have to do this. Otherwise, just saying we are sustainable, I don't think so, you know.
Because fashion, fast fashion is one of the biggest polluters in the world. Landfills are filling up today. And when you see slow fashion like that, which takes over 1,000 man hours to make, with the kind of transparency that comes in, with the signature cording technique that Vaishali has now introduced, this has become globally famous as her handwriting. But I must also say that there's a lot of plagiarism that happens in this fraternity, and that's a very difficult question I'm going to ask Vaishali, because uh, I sometimes, International Fashion Week, I'm like, hey, wait, I've seen this in Vaishali S. How do you react to all of that? There are some times when I see, I'm like, okay, but that idea came from Vaishali first. How do you react to that? But imitation is the best form of flattery. I've seen a lot of that happen.
I was just about to say that, of course, it's a compliment when somebody is copying, and again and again, again and again, you see so many copies around. But I remember when I've started this coding technique, there is a reason for coding technique also. That is another thing. We'll talk later. But nobody was doing this kind of shapes and the coding. In 2011-12, I have introduced the coding technique. I haven't seen anybody is doing this kind of shapes or coding or something like that. But after showcasing in 2021 in Paris Haute Couture Week, I see, I think, most prominent names are also doing the coding and the same shape. Of course, it's a compliment, but somehow you feel sometime, it's your hard work.
But Vaishali, the difference is in the fabric. I've seen that.
Yeah, no, that is there. But, it's not about just coding technique. As I said, there is a meaning, there is a story why I'm doing coding. It's just not coding. There is a meaning because I'm inspired with breath,
Mm-hmm.
So how the coding technique came, in, I say, maybe it's complicated, but I say the breath is the string, the body is the fabric, When you connect this string to the body, it becomes a life. Similarly, when one cord will attach to one fabric, it will become a wearable garment, and it's alive, when it's handloom. So that's how the whole story started, and then how cording supported handloom to take shapes. And all the collections are inspired with nature, how breath connects with the nature and how breath connects with the universe. And if you will see the whole, like whatever collection, whether it is 2012 or 2026 collection, you will see that how breath is moving, how breath is taking shapes through cordings, whether it is water, energy, coral, mushroom, flower, anything. So of course, when you see the version of that which is not good, you feel sometimes, I don't know, I don't have words.
No, I'm sure it hurts to see somebody not copying it correctly with the kind of ethos and integrity and honesty you bring to the table. I guess that's what it is.
And also the deep meaning, right? When she said it's a connection. So every garment for her is like a connection within oneself.
And not everyone can boast about the fact that this one outfit that I'm wearing today can be passed on to 7 generations after me, because the power of Indian handloom married with the cording technique that she has found is that versatile, strong, and lasts the test of time as well, which is why these outfits, even after coming out of the ocean, have not changed their shape, their structural integrity, or the sheen of the fabric. And that, to me, is the biggest and the most powerful thing when it comes to Vaishali S, is making handloom into wearable couture, which can also be worn in 5 different ways, every outfit of hers, and be passed down from generations to generation, Vaishali.
No, so the whole idea is creating something very beautiful, which you should like. Whatever it is, if I'll say it's sustainable, it's handloom, whatever story I will say, if I will not be able to create something beautiful which you will like it, I don't think so that story matters to anyone, If I'll make ugly clothes in handloom, I don't think so anyone will wear. First thing, I always, even in my Paris store, I don't say any story. Let them wear, let them feel, because I always say these garments are alive. As you wear it, you feel it, because if weaver is working, spending time like month or 2 months or weeks, I'm sure he's transferring his energy, and whatever hands are touching, they are transferring their energy, and that's how these garments are alive. Once you're comfortable, once you feel, oh, I'm looking beautiful, then that feel good factor comes. It's sustainable, it's breathable, it's, all good things.
Yeah, of course. And today, when you stand here being in Paris, you have showcased in Milan, you've showcased in New York, you've showcased in Barcelona, you've showcased all over the world, and federations from all over the world have invited you to now be a part of, their entire ecosystem and to showcase. Did you ever, as the 17-year-old who ran away from a house in Vidisha, thought you would be this big on the global stage?
Never, for sure, no.
And does it feel surreal when you look back?
No, I feel like I don't know how many lives I've lived, because not speaking, even after stepping out, literally I've learned how to form a sentence, how to speak the
Yeah.
language, and then I don't know. I feel I don't know which life I'm right now.
No, no, absolutely. And I mean, this world of fashion globally is so well put together and hoity-toity and snobbish. And there comes a Vaishali, a girl from Vidisha, who has really conquered it all without any level of inheritance. I think that is the very big empowerment story of a woman. And very important, because here at FICCI FLO, this is all about women, right? So I think there's a lot of inspiration one can learn from you. Can you, every time I talk to you, I get inspired, right, about something or the other. How did you face the lows? Because the highs have been very beautiful. And I know there have been tremendous amount of lows as well. You're not talking about it right now, but right from not having money to feed yourself 2 square meals a day. How does one go through that?
I think when you come from minus, minus, minus zero, and make something, then there are no lows. you know, every time I'm something difficulties or something is coming, I feel like I know this will pass. So I think that's it.
But that's a very positive
That's
attitude. And like she said, even when you're in such a phase of life, when you're so low and still to be so positive, it's a tremendous, resilient nature that you have come with.
as cliched as it sounds, the only time, when you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is really up. And I think she's the epitome of explaining how that happens. Vaishali, I want to come back a little to Karnataka, because we're in Karnataka right now, in this beautiful city, Bangalore. And we know that Khan is GI tag now. Are you working closely with governments across the board to get our fabrics and weaves of India GI tag? Because that is such an imperative cultural protection we can give to our nation, which is one of the biggest textile lands in the world.
Yes, I'm working. Recently, I've started working with the government because I'm on a mission. Recently, I've revived 30 different weaves from 30 different states. And this was the start. In July in Paris, I have mission again. I'm trying to revive 100 weaves from all the states, and I have discovered some 85 weaves, still few more to go. And this is the mission, bringing back all the textile with the innovation, because I feel, preserving is one thing where you can freeze the craft and skill in time. But I think design and innovation, how to say, like it will take
a longer time.
Yes, of course. It will stay. It will stay. And with the time, it will stay.
And how many designers today can proudly say that we work with the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India? I think they have recognized you. DC Handloom has supported you. In fact, last year on the National Handloom Day, the biggest show that happened in the country was Vaishali S's presentation for the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. I'm very happy to see the government also take that much level of interest in you. What next for you, Vaishali? Seems like you've already broken the glass ceiling. Now, what else is there to break?
I think keep going.
No.
So,
So how challenging was it to transform a traditional Karnataka textile like Khan into global couture? Because you've been working and you're saying now you're almost touching 100 weaves. So let's just begin with our own state.
As I have shared the story, it was quite challenging because when you go to these weavers, they are very protective about, which is very, reasonable. But convincing them, we need to change quality, we need to change the little bit color combination. Of course, you have to keep that traditional part intact. It takes time, you have to become family with, you have to earn that trust. What what we are doing it. So Khan, I have definitely enjoyed a lot because most favorite, weave, I must say. But it's kind of, learning when I go showcase one collection in Paris or New York or Milan, I, I learn, what exactly the requirement. Then I come back and then I work with them on design part, on colors or, the quality.
And Deepa, one more thing we need to also give her credit for is that 2012, when she went to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Gulegudda, in 2012, she only found that one loom available, right? She went on to revive 50 such, and that loom was on its way to become extinct, and today it stands the test of time and is existing because she took that courage to go there, revive, and now, of course, there are tremendous amount of progress on that front.
Yeah. But do the weavers know how far what they're weaving is, and you are like a thread for them that you have taken them?
Yeah. Now they are always excited. They always ask, what is next, Didi? What we are making for the next season. So, and one more important point, when I've started, young weavers were not there. They were leaving their traditions. So what I tried to do, bringing them back from driving and, factories and all. So I think that I feel it's an achievement for me.
Definitely.
80% young weavers are working now. So, and they finish their studies. It's not like they are not studying. They finish their studies and now they are taking this as a business. So that's the positive side. And that gives me more hope, like this is possible.
And I'll tell you, she
That's
receives
very
also
important.
a very, very big compliment because most fashion shows, when you go there, you see the very obvious socialites and fashion editors and the KOL sitting in the front row. And of course, that also happens with Vaishali. But last year for the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, 7th August, National Handloom Day, she invited all the weavers and their families, at least one representation. And they were the ones occupying the front row of that fashion show in Delhi. So a big congratulations to her for that as well.
I think interesting part was they were sitting there and weaving.
Yeah, they also, that also happened.
Yeah, we kept some 10 looms and they were
and they were also in the
yeah.
front row on the other side,
Yeah,
if you remember,
weavers were sitting,
all throughout, which was very, very beautiful and heartening to see. To put the artisan at the forefront of your creation and recognize and say, hey, I am who I am because of these guys. So that was really beautiful.
So should we get to the rapid fire round, or would you have some more to ask? How do
No,
we
we can
this?
go to the rapid fire round. Are you asking those questions?
You can ask.
No, you can go for it.
Okay.
Or we can maybe ask, maybe somebody from the audience wants to ask us something.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, we spoke about the $10 conundrum, but that was a presentation that I had made for the United Nations Global Sustainability Network as well, and they were extremely, extremely blown away by the $10 conundrum that she kind of tackled. And I still remember one of the Global Sustainability members, Peer Mohammed Sadiq, he actually went down to Paris, took a picture. Remember I sent you that picture? And he was so proud that whatever I said there, he couldn't believe it. So he went and tried it himself. I still have his photo and he says, oh my God, this actually exists. And a big congratulations for that. So that also has happened. And I'd love to know from the audience, in case you'll have any questions for her, because this journey has been truly remarkable.
Okay, so
Go for it.
so one Indian weave you believe deserves global obsession. You're already asking for hundreds, so but if you have any favorites.
I think you already know now.
This is not a lie because just 1 month ago I was wearing one of your outfits and you said it's Khan and you're wearing my favorite one. So
Yeah.
that's not a lie at all.
No, and how the Khan is, it's really, uh, really global.
So today, from today, we all know and how proud we are, and it's like we live in a state we are, as it is, very proud because we are Bengaluru and we are weather and this. We are very proud of all these things. Even if people complain traffic, they're like, no, it's okay. We love the traffic. We love Bengaluru. So keeping that, we now have something.
Garden City of India.
Yes. In spite of all that, now we have
Garden
something
City
else
of
to
India.
brood about. So thank you very much, Vaishali. Thank you. The first emotion you want a woman to feel when she wears Vaishali S.
I think comfortable, and she should feel herself beautiful.
Thank you. Couture in 3 words.
Innovation, craft, and expression for me.
A handloom you think the younger generation should rediscover immediately.
I think there are many beautiful weaves, but of course, again, first will comes Khan, and then we have, I feel, the Chanderi, Maheshwari. It's such a beautiful, lightweight. Even the Jamdani, it is so beautiful weave. Whether it is Western, Indian, anything you make and wear.
Sorry to cut you, but I've never asked you why you keep saying that Khan is your favorite. I've never known that.
I think because I connect with my childhood. I think always anything is, is with your childhood. You are always very close to and, proud of. You see your grandmother is wearing, and then that connection, you're going to the temple, you're offering, and you keep seeing, and then...
it's nostalgia also to a large extent.
So what inspires you more, nature, architecture, or people?
For sure.
You
see everywhere.
The video. What legacy do you have Vaishali S leave behind 100 years from now?
I think the handloom with innovation and with Vaishali S language, it will stay. I feel that's the mission. And I'm sure,
But I'm
very
hoping, I think,
handwriting, I mean.
Yeah, but I think your legacy would be of reviving all the weaves and India becomes rich again, knowing its own weaves. I really wish.
It already is actually through her. It already is. You can see it globally.
So I said, from now, I think it's going to come back to where it used to be, but definitely with much more.
I think, as I said before, preserving craft, it will remain there, But I think innovation, design, the craft needs innovation and design.
Yes.
What Vaishali S is trying, that will stay for forever,
For
I think.
generations to come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's how I feel.
One Indian or international designer you admire?
International designer, I really respect Armani because how he has changed the fashion industry in European world. He was an architect, and he started putting design and innovation in the craft, and he has changed the whole industry. And I think Italy is on top when you talk about design. So I think he's the most favorite one.
Lovely, lovely to know. Your favorite Bollywood or Hollywood muse? We have to bring Bollywood in our conversation.
Bollywood movie?
Muse.
Muse.
love Rekha for her
All our
grace
favorite.
and beauty and classic, you know. So she is my favorite, and we speak a lot, so I understand, her. So I think she's the most favorite, and after that, I can say Deepika Padukone. I like her because I feel she's original. Um, international. So coming from Vidisha, I don't know much international.
No, but there are
Recently,
so many
yeah,
Hollywood
no,
stars
I'm
who have
coming.
worn you.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. But it's a journey. So So when I was showcasing in New York Fashion Week, and I was doing one trunk show in California, so I met Angelina Jolie, and she appreciated Khan,
Oh, wow.
and she wore also, so that was really touching moment for me with her. So I still feel she can be Vaishali S muse.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Lovely.
the amount of Hollywood stars that have graced the red carpet wearing Vaishali S now, I mean, they don't fit into this two hands. You know what I mean? There are tons and tons of them now,
So
and
proud.
we're just seeing it grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
The last one fashion rule you absolutely hate.
For me, there are no rules. I don't follow any.
Only then, I guess, the imagination and your
That's how-
creativity
yeah.
goes beyond.
Maybe I think it would be fast fashion Vaishali. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can say that. Of
But so
course.
tell me, how would you replace fast fashion, and how would you tell the youngsters, for example, not to buy Zara, and how to make them still buy something which is more handloom but more affordable? Because that's the first question most of my youngsters here will like, it's not so affordable for us. What do I say?
I must say they are changing. They are very conscious about what they are wearing. I think that's the best change I see. And I'm sure they will realize our heritage and what we have. I think they are realizing. So I think that's a very good change for me. And
Interestingly, Gen Z is not afraid to repeat their outfits.
Yeah,
They
that's
understand
another
if they
good thing,
can't
yeah.
afford couture from a certain designer, they buy the Pret line, which is a much more affordable line. And I see us millennials in this age are a little, oh my God, I can't repeat an outfit generation, but the Gen Zs are not like that. And that in itself, I think they know that if they spend this much amount, they'll wear it many times. And I feel we've done dipsticks and primary research to understand strategically. And this works. Gen Z to Gen Alpha, we are seeing that shift.
I'm glad. We have to welcome the change, and we have to appreciate the Gen Z thinking for the textile for us. So we're going to through the.
I also want to
the
say one more
questions.
milestone for Vaishali S has been the first time she introduced menswear, completing 25 years of Vaishali S. And it's gorgeous. You must go on our Instagram handle and check out the menswear as well. And the Pret collection for the ones who want everyday handloom. There's also a beautiful Pret collection she's done.
Thank
Do we have
you.
questions from the audience?
Oh, you kept us all glued.
Questions from the audience?
Question. Neeta Gupta had a question. Neetu Gupta. Where is Neetu?
Hi, how are you?
How
So
are you?
yeah, I think 15, 20 years back,
Yes,
I went searching for her store and
I
I
remember.
brought her collection to Bangalore.
Yes.
Sold very well and I was really proud in her journey.
Oh, that's-
Congratulations.
That's so
I
lovely.
have many
Thank
of
you.
your old collections.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so nice.
getting goosebumps at the thought of it.
Thank you.
Can we have Ambika to ask the next question, please?
Hi, Vaishali. It's been such a pleasure listening to your absolutely fascinating journey of grit, perseverance, passion, patience. It's only passion that could have got you through. And amazing story. I had quite a few questions for you, but most of it would have been like, who would have been your dream muse? I kind of know now. So now maybe I'll change the question to, like you were saying, you have this barcode which kind of takes the people to the journey where it was, how the weavers. could there be a barcode where people can differentiate between handloom and pa? Because there's always a thing where people don't know, is it a real jamdani that I'm buying or is it a pa loom jamdani? So is there something like that happening with you?
When you see the barcode, of course, you will know because you see the process.
Yes.
But I can give you some tips here, like how to, differentiate. Of course, it's not separately there, how you should, differentiate the handloom and power loom. But it's very simple few things when you are buying sari.
Yes, of course. But what I mean, for a layman to kind of, the way you've done this barcode, could all designers do that?
I think that's a very good idea. In this barcode, anyways, you see the whole process, so you will know,
so you'll know
this is handloom, But otherwise, it's a good idea to put, how to know the handloom and power loom, because nowadays you see saris, it's exactly the same.
Exactly.
You can't differentiate.
Yes.
So very simple thing, you have to see the holes on the selvage.
Yes.
If there are holes, it's handloom. And you see, if it's handloom, it's lightweight. It will never be like very heavy.
True.
So these are, I think, two very simple points.
Yes.
People can see
uneven barcode, which
yeah.
kind of takes you to the weaver and shows that it's a
I think it's a
handloom.
good idea.
Thank you, and more power to you, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Anyone
have
else
the
has any questions?
Can you go for the last question, please? Jagriti Giriya. Is she here?
Oh, there was one more hand here. There's one here as well.
Okay, we have two questions.
Two questions.
I can go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Vaishali. It was a very inspiring story.
Hi.
Hi. As a fashion designer myself, I wanted to ask you, apart from being the creative director in your company, of course, are you also its CEO? And if so, how do you balance that? And if you're not, then how did you arrive at that decision?
Simple way, I would share how I have opened my first store. I got 50,000 rupees loan, and it was 100 square meter store. I painted myself. I did interior myself. I used to clean my store. I used to cut the fabric. So that's how I've started. So, of course, it's quite challenging, but if you're on a mission, you have to be there on everything. You can't be only designer or creative person. I still feel that that is only for me 10%, and other 90% is very important. If you have team also, you have to be on it if you really want to achieve that. When you are passionate, I think nothing is challenging. You always overcome of everything, yeah.
I've seen Vaishali work so hard that last time in Mumbai, when we did 25 years of Vaishali S at the Asiatic Library steps in Mumbai, for one whole month, she was running from pillar to post, from one corporation to another, to one chief minister's office to another, to get an iconic location. And 20 years after Valentino, the first person who ever did a show at those iconic steps in Mumbai was Vaishali S. And it's only her who made it happen. Nobody else believed it could ever happen over there. At one point, we told her, Vaishali, give up, but she never gave up. That conviction, I think, it sets Vaishali apart from many other people in general I know, not even just a designer, but many other people I know in my life.
I think that's a very funny thing. Everybody was asking me, you don't have the permission, how you will do the show? And like day before the show, I said, don't worry, I'll get the permission. When officer said, whatever you will do, you will not get the permission. I said, I have to do my show here, so I have no choice. I have to get that permission. And I got, my show was evening 5:30, and I got the permission.
No, your show was
7.
8.
Yeah.
8, and you got it at about 5.
No, one day before. I think I got,
before. Okay,
7 o'clock. And after that, traffic police permission, I got police permission, BMC permission. And it was crazy. Everybody was asking, what are you doing? What are you doing? We don't have the location. I said, we have the location.
No, 2 hours before the show, I asked her, are you sure we're going ahead with it? And she says, yes. And the show started dot on time at 8 p.m. Zero disruptions. And the power of conviction is, I think, what makes Vaishali S who she is today, because she doesn't get caught up in the house. She just goes to the end game and says, this is my goal. I want to make it happen. The world will fall into the place when I know I want to make it happen. I think
The
that's
surprising
Vaishali.
thing, I haven't paid any extra bribe or anything for
Nothing,
this.
absolutely.
Nothing.
I was shivering. I was shivering backstage. I said, is this
yeah.
happening, not happening?
I just went to straight, because all the officers were saying no, and I just went to straight to commissioner. I said, this is what I'm doing, you know, and this is
And
my
he
passion.
showed up.
And he showed up. He came for my show, and it was, so, yeah.
That was surreal to have her after Valentino. After every corporation, every office told her, Vaishali, forget about it. Her friends told her, listen, Vaishali, we think we should just pivot to another venue. She said, no, I'm doing my show here. It's my 25 years. And I was in disbelief. Till the point the show started, I never thought it was going to happen. So.
Because that was VVIP road where, you know, all the VIPs, they are crossing, and they said it's not possible.
And the most iconic venue in Mumbai, those steps of Asiatic Library steps. Sarayu, you were there with us. One last question there.
Yeah. Hi, Vaishali.
Hi.
I'm Manu here. Beautiful stuff. I want to elaborate the concept of, I want to elaborate affordability. So your fashion, your pieces are meant for a niche market. I'm looking at the beautiful Indian art and craft to reach the middle class. So
Yes.
how have you thought about it? I'm not even talking about a Pret line. I'm talking about how you can reach it to the middle class.
I think it's already there, you know, how, so traditional way in India, we used to buy fabric, go to the tailor, give whatever simple style, and that's the first thing, you know, I'm explaining. But there are ways. We think like handloom is very expensive, or, you know, it's luxury, so it's not reachable. I feel it is reachable. My mission is very different. Because, you know, I want to see Indian craft and handloom on very higher level. For that, you have to show this is expensive, because what happened in the world, you know, they think if it's coming from India, if it is handmade, it's cheap. We are not cheap. When Dior can come here, Chanel can come here and take our embroidery.
75% of their embroidery gets done in India, by the way.
So if they
And nobody
pay,
knows.
if they pay 100 rupees and they sell in 10 lakh rupees, why can't we do it, you know? So that's my mission. But I'm saying with handloom, this is possible, because so many beautiful exhibitions, you know, weavers, they come in each city. They come with their real craft, you know. If we really want to wear it, and if we really want to support it, you just buy a fabric and, you know, make it like a simple kurta, top, or anything. It's not, I think, necessary. It has to be designer wear. If you really want to do it, I think there are ways, and I'm sure you can afford it.
I think to also add to that, when you're taking handloom and Indian weaves like Vaishali is to the rest of the world, there is a certain level of perception change she has brought globally when it comes to luxury and Indian couture that has happened because of Vaishali. So to make our weaves accessible to the least common denominator that already exists for us in India, which can be done in 100 ways in which she explained. But for them to take an Indian designer working with handloom and making couture seriously on the lines of a Chanel, that is a task, which is why there has to be that level of premium attached to it. And it's not easy. One outfit takes about 1,000 man hours to prepare.
Oh, and that was the reason I've opened my store in Paris. It's not easy, it's quite challenging. But I wanted to show them, like, this is not cheap, you know, this is handmade. And this is luxury, this is real luxury, and this is the future of fashion. If you talk about sustainability, if you talk about slow fashion, I think this is the solution for everybody. And maybe I'm not, you know, we are surviving, we have opened, I'm the only Indian designer opening store in Paris. But this is with the mission. It's not just, increasing my numbers, because they have to see, what is the potential of the handloom. It's not just, they think, okay, handloom means sari, and they can't wear sari. So I want to show them, like, this is not just about sari. It is versatile. You can wear the shirt, you can wear the cape, you can wear gown, you can wear dress, anything, It has that kind of potential. So I am with that mission, putting Indian craft and handloom on really, really higher level, luxury level, where, people could not say, like, they should not say it's coming from India, it's handmade, it should be cheap. So
for many years, that perception about India did exist, and I think it is broken. And now she's shown the world how it is even possible to make premium, ultimate luxury couture in India, by an Indian designer, So I think for that perception, it matters because she's catering to a luxury market there.
We have a beautiful segment planned. Can we have Beena Mirchandani on stage and Anjana Chandak? Vaishali has a few musics today from FICCI FLO. Deepa Boopesh Reddy, can we have you also on stage? And Vaishali S, you of course, because Vaishali has a cape, which I think is kind of like a magic cape, because it can be styled in many, many ways. And Vaishali is going to show us how she styles this cape on 3 different looks right here on our beautiful FICCI FLO members.
Keep it like this.
Belt it in front.
Want more like, curve.
Craft, couture, versatility, all in one.
So this is because I wore so many times like that. So these days I'm wearing it like this. And sometimes you can put it on the shoulder and put the hooks. If you want to wear it off shoulder, you can wear it like this also. So it's a one style, but maybe 4 or 5 ways you can wear it. So
can we have a round of applause for that? There's a lot happening in all the brains of all the women in this room today, right now, to see such creativity. Thank you, Vaishali, for that.
Thank you so much.